Hey everyone, in this assignment, you will be recording yourself telling a short story and adding sound effects to make that story really come to life. I found that a lot of podcasts do this kind of thing where they record themselves speaking and then they do little tricks and things here and there to really make their stories come out. Since it's October, I highly recommend that you choose to do a short horror story or a campfire story. I found that these can be a lot of fun, and there's some really great places to put in sound effects. So to start off, I wanted to share mine with you, and then we'll talk about the kind of things that happen in there that you'll want to make sure yours has too.
There's a girl driving along a highway on the way back to Vermont after visiting her relatives in New York. It's about 1 a.m. and it starts raining when she realizes she's almost out of gas. She sees a sign for a gas station about 3 miles ahead and breathes a sigh of relief. But when she gets there, she sees it's one of those old run-down gas stations. She's scared to stop, but she really has no other choice. As she pulls in, an old man with a disfigured face comes running through the rain, puts the pump in the tank, and asks for her credit card. She hands it to him, and he runs back inside. After a few seconds, he comes back out and tells the girl she will have to come inside. Her card has been denied. Reluctantly, she gets out of her car and heads inside. Suddenly, the old man grabs her, but she hits him with a can of oil sitting on the counter. She runs back to her car and takes off with the old man screaming and flailing his arms at her. After driving for a few miles, she turns on the radio and starts to relax, never noticing the stranger in her back seat the old man had been trying to warn her about.
So that's my story. I thought it was a pretty fun horror story. I found it by Googling. So that's my first step. To find a story, I would go to Google and just type in, campfire short stories, and then see what you find, or anything else as well. I also considered doing a short story from Harry Potter, if you know the tale of the three brothers. I considered doing that one too, but in the end I decided to go with a horror story. Some things to note: I did not put any music in here. I didn't really find a loop that I thought fit the style, so I didn't. I had lots of sound effects. So here we have a car, here's rain. You'll notice I did a split here and move things around because this little spot right here is where thunder happens, and I wanted there to be thunder right at this exact moment. We've got running happening here with some fade outs to show that they're getting farther away. Right here we've got a door opening, a horror sound, more running. This is like a horror ambiance, so it makes the whole thing sound kind of creepy. Car squealing, car wheels squealing, some static, and then this kind of horror swell as well. So you can see I have lots of different sound effects happening. Some other tips to include: you'll notice that I intentionally have breaks in my storytelling. So like right here, there is a spot where I just wanted it to be a pause. And I do that periodically because it helps build tension. You'll also notice that I have lots of different tracks. I did not record this in one take. I recorded a little bit, stopped, listened, and if I liked it, I then recorded the next part of the story. And I think that's a lot easier than trying to record one long thing at once. Trust me, I've messed up lots of these videos that you're listening to right now because I try to do them all in one long recording, and they're pretty difficult. Some requirements: you really want your recording to last longer than a minute. Once again, if you don't remember how to figure out how much time, click right here, scroll down, and click time. And then beyond that, though, you get to choose what kind of story you have. You get to choose the sound effects. If there's any music playing in the background, make sure you adjust the volumes so that way it makes sense for whatever story you're telling. And notice, like always, all of these tracks, if they're different, they're on different lines. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoy the project.